Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Walaikum salam.
This
Assalamu
particular
alaikum.
this partic- this particular session is about how to use Microsoft Teams as a complete learning management system and as a platform for conducting online classes. Now, to use this particular platform as an LMS, there are these 16 skills which you see on the screen, which we have to cover in this particular session. And we are going to do active demonstration and you will see the functionality of each and every feature that we see here. Now, if we have to use Microsoft Teams as an LMS, naturally, when you talk about an LMS, students and teachers are assigned and associated with every topic, every section of and every class, so that relevant content is uploaded in that particular LMS class and students can access it. We are doing the same situation at this point of time in Google Classroom, but this activity is being done for a reason, and that reason is that management wants now to use Microsoft Teams as an LMS instead of Google Classroom. And the reason for that is that we want our students to use our CSN email accounts. The IT department is currently developing and working on creation of student email account, which will be emailed to all branches in few days. But in this particular session, we will be going through each and every step that I'm going to show you. Now, the first step is that every teacher has to have their user ID MS Teams. So MS Teams can either be installed as an application on the computer on a cell phone or can be used on a browser on a Windows desktop. Now, once a teacher logs in, वो टीचर जिस सब्जेक्ट को जिस क्लास को बिलोंग करता है उसको क्लास क्रिएट करनी पड़ेगी. In our situation, although one teacher is connected to multiple classes and one class section is associated with different teachers for different subjects, like we did in Google Classroom, जो रेलेवेंट क्लास सेक्शन का क्लास टीचर है वही अपनी टीम्स के अंदर एक क्लास क्रिएट करेगा फॉर LMS पर्पस, which means कि अगर a teacher is a class teacher of class 6, so he or she will create a class for that section in MS Teams. So relevant classes, class teachers will create classes for LMS in MS Teams. Now I'm moving on to the Teams environment. This is the Microsoft Teams environment right now. I will go to, I'm logged in as a teacher and from my CSN email ID. Now, when you click on this Teams link, you have a button over here which says join or create teams. We are doing step number 1, which is creating classes for each section and using the branch code. Now, when I click on join or create a class, I have to click on create team because every class which you create is called a team in MS Teams. Here we have 4 categories, but in order to use Teams as an LMS for school students or class children, we have to select the class category. Now here, we just cannot write class 6 and section T. The policy is that the teacher, if a teacher belongs to say PAF chapter, so every school of city school has a unique branch ID. I can show you a list here in Excel. Now you see here is a list of different branches, but every branch has a unique code starting with S. Now S stands for South. For Northern region, it will be N. For Central region, it is C. So every branch knows their branch code as a unique identifier. So in order for a teacher to create a class, so they need to make sure their own, for example, if my school code is 045, so I'll say S045 space class 6T. Now from this we can decide and we can ascertain that S05 is a certain branch code and this is the class 6T which I'm creating over here. I don't need to write any description over here. So it is important for a class teacher to ensure that before entering the class section like this, he or she enters S045, which is the branch code, and a hyphen like this, so that we can identify this particular class, that this class belongs to S045, because ultimately at the later stage you will be making multiple people part of this class as a member. So if um, that particular person goes into his teams and sees that there are 7 or 8 60s appearing of multiple schools, how will he or she identify that this class 60 belongs to this school? So that is the particular reason why we are entering the branch code at the start of creating every class. Are you with me so far? Should I move to the next step?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. So when I click next, the Teams application will start creating that classroom. Now we come to the next step. The class is created. What to do now? So in our case, as you know, certain students are assigned to classes and certain teachers are also assigned to classes. So in order for me to add relevant students of 60 in this class, the first thing is that all their email accounts should be created and they should be entered in this database. So by the time the training will be given to you, the student accounts will be generated. Now here in this case, we have 5 people on this, 6 people on this call right now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm a teacher by default, but I'm going to add 2 more people as students of this particular class. So in that case, um, in this particular class, I will make Mr. Mudassir add him as a student like this, and I'll click add, and then I will add Miss Sidra's name, Sidra Zafar. Now a question might be coming to your mind that in order to do this, I have to have the list of students with me. So that is very important. And I'm sure you have done the same when you worked on Google Classrooms. Now, I am showing you an example where we have entered a student record um, as a student. So this is a child whose email account is already created by this ID. So you can see when a student account is created, it automatically says student and the ID is there. So I can add this student even by typing his or her roll number, or if I have the name, I can simply write the name like this, and this name will be the same as it is entered on the ERP. So there will be no change in the spelling. All right, this is we have ensured. Now in this case, I've added 2 people, 2 students, 2 people as students, and I'm going to add another student here. Now, if you remember in Google Classroom, we created one class section and assigned math, science, English, Urdu teacher in the same class. So here we have another tab which says teachers. So I will add Mr. Rahid Isa as a co-tutor in this particular class. And when I'm going to close this, the system will create this particular class. And here you can see it's even telling you that I've added Mr. Mudassir to the class, Miss Sidra Zafar, Miss Inaya, and Miss Railisa. So these 4 people have been assigned to this particular class. Now, which means till now we have added 2 steps, or we have conducted the first 2 tests which is supposed to teach. Now this is a class environment that you see here. Here you have the post option, you have files option, we have class notebook, we have assignments, we have grades. We will discuss each and every bit, but before that, uh, I want to bring you back to the all teams link where I can see this class appearing here. Now, what is this 3 dots representing? There are different aspects which are available. There are different configurations which one can apply to every team. The first option is manage team, then you have add channel, then you have add member, then you have leave the team, then you have edit a team. You can do multiple things in each of these categories. Now the first thing, as I said, would be for you to create the class, add the relevant number of students who will be given to you in the class as students, and add the relevant subjects or teachers as part of your class as co-teachers. Now I have created this class. Uh, the first thing I want you all to check and confirm me that whether this particular class is added in the Teams menu of Mr. Mudassir, Mr. Rahil, and Ms. Sidra. Can you please check and let me know whether you can see this class in your Teams list?
Yes, sir, we
Yes,
can
we
see
can.
that.
You're there? You can see the interface?
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Now, the next step is that you can add and delete users, whether it's a student or whether it's a co-teacher at any point of time in a class. And whenever a student is added or a teacher is added, a notification goes to that particular individual in email also, that you are part of that class and you have to accept that so that that class appears in your account. Now, I'll go back to the manage team link. If I click on manage team, there are multiple options over here. Now here I can see the people who are added as class teachers, so their status is owner. But if I click on manage and guest members, I could see that they are the members of the class. They're not the owners, right? And they're coming into student category. Can you see this? It says mute student, so I can mute you also in that class. But you can always add users as student and co-teachers at any point of time. Say add member. Now in this we have to remember one thing. Co-teachers को ऐड करने के साथ साथ हर रीजन के टीचर को हर क्लास के अंदर एक इंडिविजुअल को ऐड करना है एज अ co-teacher, and that individual's email address is written here. For South region is Cyrus Abba. For Northern region schools it's Irfan Akram. For Central region it's Tasawwur Suleiman. All right. So you have to add them as co-teacher in the Teams section over here. This has to be ensured by every school. Are you all okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing is first. Before creating a class, it's important that a teacher or a student, the class teacher has the list of all the students who belong to that particular section, and the co-teachers who are part of that particular, or those who are associated with that particular section. Now, initially, the list that you will get for emails, you will only going to add those students who have paid up the fee so far. All right. Which means
Okay, sir.
as and when the parents will start paying the fee, you will keep on adding the paid up students list in the students category with their email accounts. You're not going to start off by adding all the students, those who have paid and those who have not paid in the system. You'll only have to
Sir.
enter the list of those students who have paid up the fee.
Sir, I have a small question.
Yes.
Sir, and by any chance, if I mistakenly add a teacher into a student category over here as a member, can I change his owner? Can I change his status to the owner or the
Yes.
administrator or the teacher to the class?
You can, but it is not recommended. If it's an accidentally mistake, for example, you accidentally added a teacher as a student, so in that case, you always have this drop down menu from where you can change the ownership.
All right.
All
If I
right.
change a person from member to owner, so he or she will get the all administrative teacher rights to control the class.
Yes. That is why it is really important that you are only entering the student records from the student link, not from the teacher's link.
Okay.
This is very important. Okay. So again,
Okay,
I'm stating it again कि आपने शुरू में सिर्फ उन बच्चों की ईमेल आईडीज क्लास में ऐड करनी है जिनकी फीस पेड अप है, क्योंकि आईटी डिपार्टमेंट से फिलहाल जो लिस्ट आएगी उसके अंदर सिर्फ उन बच्चों के ईमेल एड्रेस लिखे हुए हैं जो कि क्लास में हैं और उनकी फीस पे अप हो चुकी है. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि बाकी लोगों के अकाउंट्स नहीं बने हुए. अकाउंट्स ईमेल के सबके बन गए, लेकिन अभी स्टार्ट करते वक्त आप सिर्फ उन बच्चों के अकाउंट्स डालेंगे जिनकी फीस पेड अप है, और आप मेंबर को ऐड, डिलीट, रिमूव किसी भी वक्त कर सकते हैं. अब बात आती है कि यूजर को डिलीट करना है, कैसे करें? तो उसका तरीका बड़ा आसान है. आप यूजर को जाके, ये एक्स का बटन आ रहा है, सिर्फ इसको बटन दबा दें, वो यूजर, वो बच्चा वहां से डिलीट हो जाएगा। विच मीन्स यूजर को ऐड करना, डिलीट करने का फंक्शन एक ही विंडो पे आ रहा है। वो विंडो कौन सी है? वो विंडो है ये वाली, जो आपको टीम्स में जाके 3 डॉट्स क्लिक करने के बाद मैनेज टीम पे क्लिक करने से आती है। अग्रीड? शुड आई मूव अहेड?
Yes, sir.
ओके, नाउ द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज, हम क्लास की सेटिंग्स कैसे देख सकते हैं? और ये क्या, यहाँ पे क्लास की सेटिंग्स का लिंक लिखा आ रहा है, दिस इज सेटिंग्स, राइट? सो आई कैन क्लिक हियर, और यहाँ 5-6 चीजें क्या क्या है? आई कैन चेंज द थीम। थीम का मतलब क्या होता है? ये जो ST लिखा आ रहा है, इफ आई वांट टू चेंज द पिक्चर, आई कैन क्लिक हियर एंड आई कैन सिलेक्ट एनी पिक्चर आई वांट। तो ये ऑटोमेटिकली मेरी इस क्लास के सेक्शन को एक यूनिक पिक्चर दे देगा। देखिए, इसने ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ चेंज कर दिया। ये मैं काम कर सकता हूँ। अब मैं दोबारा कैसे जाऊँ सेटिंग में? अगेन आई विल गो हियर, आई विल गो इनटू मैनेज टीम्स, सेटिंग्स। दूसरी चीज क्या है जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है? ऑल्दो देयर आर मोर कॉन्फ़िगरेशंस हियर, बट फिलहाल हम इनको नहीं छेड़ेंगे। हम सिर्फ क्या करेंगे, टीम कोड। आपको याद होगा गूगल क्लासरूम के अंदर भी जब हम बच्चे को ऐड करते हैं तो उसको नोटिफिकेशन जाती है, लेकिन लोग कोड के जरिए भी क्लास में ऐड हो सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो यहाँ भी यही सिचुएशन है कि आप कोड जनरेट कर सकते हैं और किसी पेडेड को कह सकते हैं कि इस कोड को एंटर करो और क्लास में ज्वाइन हो जाओ। तो यहाँ भी वही सिचुएशन है। यहाँ क्या लिखा हुआ है? गेस्ट वोंट बी एबल टू ज्वाइन इन विद अ टीम कोड। तो आप यहाँ टीम कोड भी जनरेट कर सकते हैं चाहे तो, और ये यूनिक टीम कोड होगा, और इसको आप जब चाहे रिमूव और रीसेट कर सकते हैं। बात समझ आई? तो अभी हमारे पास
जी सर।
टीम कोड का यूज एज सच इंपॉर्टेंट इसलिए नहीं है कि हम जब बच्चे को जैसे ही क्लास में ऐड करते हैं ना, ऑटोमेटिकली उसको नोटिफिकेशन चली जाती है, चाहे वो अभी करें चाहे आप बाद में करें। और अगर किसी पेरेंट को प्रॉब्लम है तो वो पेरेंट ज्वाइन कोड करके उसको आप ये कोड अलग से भेज सकते हैं और वो क्लास को ज्वाइन कर सकता है। एग्रीड? तो यहाँ और बहुत सारी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है, फिलहाल हम उनको नहीं देखेंगे। मैं आपको परमिशंस फिर भी दिखा देता हूँ। यहाँ ये परमिशंस हैं, कौन क्या रिमूव कर सकता है, कौन क्या कर सकता है, डिलीट कर सकता है। ये बाय स्टैंडर्ड स्टूडेंट की सेटिंग हुई हुई होती है, इसको छेड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है। ठीक है? अग्रीड एवरीवन?
ओके
सो बाय दिस टाइम हम स्टेप
Sir,
नंबर 1।
जैसे
जी मुदस्सिर बोलिए।
I have a question.
वो है,
जैसे इसमें लिखा हुआ है कि allow members to add,
हाँ,
चलो
ऐड एंड रिमूव एप्स,
apps.
ये हमने
So
डिसेबल
the
रखा।
if the students, अच्छा, ठीक है.
स्टूडेंट्स
And
कैन नॉट
what if,
ऐप एनीथिंग।
alright,
ये देखिए ना, मैंने लिखा है अलाउ मेंबर्स टू क्रिएट, ये डिसेबल्ड है। अलाउज मेंबर टू अपडेट रिमूव कनेक्टर्स, अलाउ मेंबर टू अपलोड कस्टम एप्स, ये सब अनचेक्ड है।
so
इट मींस कि ये
I
बाय
just want
डिफॉल्ट
to
सेटिंग।
make sure this thing that you have done it, or this is the by default settings.
बाय
We don't
डिफॉल्ट
have to
दिस इज अ
modify it.
डिफॉल्ट सेटिंग फॉर अ मेंबर। दिस इज अ
So
डिफॉल्ट सेटिंग।
it's not recommended to, change these settings.
No, not at all. That is why I'm saying that you don't have to change these settings at all. Don't go into this.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay.
So here you can see the team code, the notebook, and tags. That's about it. So if we see, we have covered step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4 and step 5. We have covered these 5 steps till now. In fact, we have also done step number 6. All right. Should I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right.
जी सर।
Now, if I have to come to my teams again, I have to add another app, which is very important because that app gives us complete analytics and the activity of the students' statistics of this class. Now, how to add that app? You have to click on this plus button and you have to write insights. You have to add this particular app in your class, which means if in one school 18 classes are created, so this has to be added in every class. So once this is added, it automatically appears here. Now it's generating a preview of this class. Now you see it automatically shows you the students who are part of this class. And if you could see this particular bit of insight, this particular app gives you the overall view and the activity report of every child, how much time he's spending, how much time he worked on the teams, was he able to do the assignments, was any feedback given to him. So once we see the relevant skill in the next uh, 10 or 15 minutes, it will keep popping up over here. So this is a complete analytics which will be available to every teacher for every class. All right. Now we are moving on to the next step, which is how to upload a post. Like Google Classroom and Facebook, if I come on to this post, whatever post I'm going to make here, it is going to appear in every teacher and every student's post window, which is this. Let's see. Hello team. Could you please all see if you could see this message and reply back to me, reply to this particular message in your teams. Very good, Rahil, you were there as a co-teacher. Sidra, if you could, and Mudassir, if you could reply back. Very good. All right, so this is the way you can upload, you can paste post, you can share a URL or any information with students like we do in Google Classroom, or any notification can be sent from here. Now the next step we have is how to add or how to upload a picture if you want to show a picture with them. So again, you have to click on this attach tab. You can go to upload from my computer, whichever image you want to upload to be shared with students, you can add. I'll see if I have any picture. Now this picture. So now you see it shows you a task progress bar, which shows you that this picture is going to be uploaded. So I will put a note over here. See this picture. Can you see it at your end?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now in the same way, if you want to upload any video, you can do the same. You just have to, upload from my computer. Let me see if there's a small video that I can upload. Let me look for a small one. Okay. So again, you see, you could see the progress bar, and it's up. The video is being uploaded. Good, Mudassir, I saw your comment on the picture which I have uploaded over here. Now you see this particular video is being uploaded. So in the meantime, let me tell you about a few more things. This file option basically shows you the list of all the files which are uploaded, whether it's a picture, whether it's an image, whether it's a video, whether it's an Excel file, whether it's a Word file, whichever thing is uploaded from the content or from the post section, it automatically goes in this particular file menu. So this is in a way, is a file repository of this particular class, which will have all the files uploaded by different people which are in the class. The class notebook is more of a notebook section where teachers can use multiple resources. The assignment tab is where you have to create and you can give quizzes and assignment to classes. The grades tabs is the one where you can see the result of the students in different quiz and assignments. Now this video is loaded, so I'll say see this video. So when I click enter, this video is now posted, and if I just click on it, it will start playing in the video within the Teams environment. So a video can be uploaded. Now if you go to the files menu, now you see I uploaded this video, it's uploading here, and it's saying it's been uploaded or sent by this particular person. online class PNG. So which means anything which I post here in this particular section can appear here. You can directly upload some of the content over here too. For example, I can upload a file over here. Let's say I can upload this file over here and I can make a post that see this PDF file. So how will I attach this file? I'll have to attach this file and I'll say attach upload from not from my computer. Browse teams and channels. So when I click browse teams and channel, it automatically opens up the file menu and I can select this file. This was the file and I'll just have to share the link. So the file which was uploaded in the files menu, it will appear as a link over here. So there are two ways of uploading a file to our children. A, you can use it through file menu, or you can simply make a post and even then that file will go into the file section of the class. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any question on this particular point?
No, sir.
All right. Now, the next step is how to create an assignment. Now, if you remember, in Google Classroom, we used to create different assignments and used to share it with the students. Now, some of them would be quiz, which are auto graded, and some of them would be assignment where you can assign different roles to students and they can, complete the assignment, upload it back to us, and then they are graded. So the whole thing will work in the same way over here. If I go to assignments category, it will first ask me that you create that environment through which I can give you assignments. Now here I have to click create. By the way, when the students log in, they don't get this create option. They only get the student view of the assignment. Right now I'm logged in as a teacher. That's why I can see the assignment over here. Now I'm going to create an assignment. Now when I click this, it gives you three options. You have an existing work, you have a quiz, or you have an assignment. So say, what is the difference between a quiz and assignment? An assignment is something where you are giving a task to a student which they have to complete, and they have to make it in a form of a report and submit it back to the teacher, right? And that assignment could also be can also be used as a worksheet. That, like, if you have a proper worksheet which you want to convert or you want to add, you can even use that as an assignment. So here I'm giving an assignment to the students of this class. It asks me what is the name of assignment. Say I will say atoms and molecules. If there is any instruction, I can write it down. Prepare I'll say prepare a report on this topic, MS Words, and send it back to me. Okay. Now, is this going to be a point-based assignment? Naturally, it has to be. So I will say it has 25, say 25 or 30 points. Now, since I am creating this particular assignment in class 60, it is automatically being assigned to the class 60 and to all the students which are in this class. But here we have another feature because we know that at times one teacher is taking science, mathematics, English, or any other subject for multiple sections of the same class. So she can create one assignment which has to be similar for everyone, and she can simply add, say for example, if I am a teacher of this class teaching science 60, so I am also a teacher of science 6C, 6S and 6Z. So I want to give the same assignment. Why do I have to go to every class again and create the same assignment? I can do that work from here. If the assignment is similar for all the students which are in different sections, I just have to click this button. And here I can add other classes which are appearing in my list, because if I am a teacher of that class, naturally those classes will appear here because this is my class. So I am also member of these two classes, a teacher. So what I'll do is I'll just have to click this and this, which means that now this assignment will be assigned to 3 classes in which I am a teacher, and it will go to all the students. Here I can give a due date. Say I'll say it's a due date, it's tomorrow, and it's 11:59 p.m. Now, if I click save, it will be saved but not issued to the students. But in this case, I'll just want to assign it and see what happens at the user end. All right. So now assign this. So this assignment must have gone to Mudassir and Miss Sidra, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mudassir,
Yes,
what
sir.
I'm now, Mudassir, what I'm doing now, I am stopping my screen sharing. I would like you to start your screen sharing and show me what you are seeing as a student in this class for this assignment. Okay,
All right, sir.
I am just stopping my screen sharing. Have you shared your screen, Mudassir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see, I have created that assignment. So this is the Mr. Mudassir's screen. Mudassir, can you see how can you? Where is it? Where has it come? Has it come in
First
post?
of all, this assignment came on my live post feed,
Okay.
where you have posted other pictures and other things as well, and it can be accessed from this assignment tab as well, I'm assuming. So
Yes.
I'm just clicking over here to check that my assignment is available over there or not. Yes, it is available, and there are further more details mentioned over here, that what is the due date of this assignment and how many points you have assigned to this assignment. So
Okay.
I'm just going to click on it and trying to attempt it. I've just clicked on this tab and instruct them prepare a report on this topic in MS Word and send it back to me. So I'm going to create a document over here. I'm just adding a Word document, or I can also create a new file. If I have the document available in my OneDrive, I can attach it right away. And if I want to create a new file, I can just select on this new file button and select the Word document. I can also upload the document from my own computer, which I'm using right now. So right now, what I don't have the file on my computer right now, and so I'm creating a new file because this is the case. It's going to be with the students because they are going to create a new file. So they are going to create a new file by clicking on this Word document, and I'm going to write on it about my assignment title test.
And it is recommended that students should write their name first, so that it becomes easier for a teacher to see the list of the files too.
Yes. I'm writing my name in a short initials, MI, Mudassir Islam, and I'm going to attach this file. It's not going to, it doesn't mean that if I've attached the file, I have completed my assignment. This is a blank file. I also have to edit it and input and create my assignment, write my assignment inside in it. So I'm going to edit this document in browser window.
So it is not going into the browser, it's opening over here. So you don't have to go and open Word separately. You can simply work on the project file or the assignment file right there within the Teams environment. Okay. So can you
so I don't need to save this document because it's live and it's online working. So I don't need to save this document. I'm just simply closing it, and I'm closing this as well.
Okay.
And now my document has my content inside in it, and I'm going to submit my assignment by clicking on this turn in button.
Okay. Ms. Sidra, while we are talking, we are having a discussion. Can you do the same which Mr. Mudassir has done? Don't share the screen, but you just perform the assignment and submit it back to me.
Okay, I'll do that.
Mudassir, can you please stop your screen? And now I'm going to share my screen and see if your assignment has come into my account.
Sure, sir. Done.
Done? Okay. Now, where do I have to go to see my assignments? Here again, and then assignment tab. But here I have an option. If I click on it, if you could see, it says it was sent to 3 people, but one has turned in. Who was that one person? Now this is a window now which is showing me Who has turned in the assignment and who has not? Here, Sidra has seen it, Inaya has not turned it in, but Mudassir has even completed the file. So how will I view his work, which he has submitted in? So I have to click on turned in, and here I will see Mudassir's assignment. So here, if I want to make any change in this or give any input in it, I can simply go and edit document like Mudassir did and modify it. But if the document is absolutely perfect, what I can do is I can simply give the feedback, excellent work, and I can give the marking, and I'll simply return this assignment to Mudassir. And I'll close this. So when I do this, automatically Mudassir's name has gone from here. Who can tell me why it has disappeared from here?
Because the assignment is completed from both sides.
Because the assignment is completed and graded, I am in the tab where I can see the students who have not done this, but this has been graded. So here I could see that Mudassir is graded, and I can even see the feedback which I had given. All right. So this has already been returned, and Mudassir can also resubmit the file again if he wants to. So this is the way you were going to assess people. Sidra, have you completed the assignment?
Sir, I have attached a document.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also have to click on the turn in button on the right top corner.
Yes, sir, I have attached a document and I clicked on turn in.
Okay, now let me reload the tab. You could see this reload button. I'll reload this. Now it says 2 of 3 have turned in. It means Sidra has also turned in the document. So I'm not going into what she has done. I'm just showing you that I can give the feedback from here. And return. So now again, it has gone into graded category, and this has gone into the non-graded category. So this is the student's view that you see. But here I don't have the student's work option because I'm not a student. I'm the person who can see how it is going to appear when I create the assignment. Is it clear to everyone? And the best part is I can even export this file in Excel of the assignment file. Now I'm going back to the assignment because we only talked about assignment. But what is the purpose of this draft? Remember, I told you when we created the assignment, there was a button over there called save, which means you can create assignments in one go for the entire month or 2 months, and it will appear in the draft. And you can always go in the draft section, click the assignment and do what? And you can activate it, and then it will start appearing in the assignment list. But now what I'm doing is that I'm going into the create option to show you how do you create your quizzes, which are automatically graded. Now in that case, if I click on quiz, it gives you an option that you have to create your quiz in Microsoft Forms. And this is something which we have already communicated and briefed our teachers how to create those Microsoft Forms. So in order to create a new form, you have to click new form. You will go into the MS Forms window. The form will be created there. And then simply once the form is saved, all you have to do is to go into your again create quiz, and since that form you created on MS Teams is in your account, you will see that particular form over here. Let me see if I could add something over here. Now you see it's automatically appearing here. It is assigned to this particular class. It is being assigned to all students. That's it. अब होगा क्या? ये ड्राफ्ट में आ गया है. क्यों आया ड्राफ्ट में? Can anyone tell me ड्राफ्ट में क्यों आया?
Well, you clicked save.
Yes. Complete the assignment. Assign. Now it is assigned to Mudassir and Sidra. So this is the way you will create the assignment and quiz. All right. Mudassir, can you please go, and Sidra, can you please go and perform this assignment if possible?
Okay, sir.
This quiz rather. Let's see how it appears here. It means assignments are of two types. One is a quiz, which could be true and false questions, which could be choose the right answer, which could be a statement, or which could be rating, or which could be anything.
So should I share my screen as well?
I am, in fact, Sidra, I would like you to share your screen. I am stopping my screen sharing. Sidra, if you could please share your screen.
Sir, I've already completed the quiz.
Okay,
So,
all right. Mudassir, can you please? Can you share your screen then? Yeah, can you show the quiz which I've sent? Okay, I think you are muted. We have to conduct geography.
So now I'm going. Now this quiz is also listed in my feed of the post as well, and I can also attempt it from my assignment window. So I'm going to click on this geography quiz, and I'm going to click over here. Usually the forms opens in the web browser, but for the facilitation of the user, this is going to be open within the Microsoft Teams application.
Yeah.
Now you can see that hi Mudassir, my name is by default is written over there because of I have logged in from my CSN account. So I'm attempting the quiz now.
This is a random test that we have generated to give the random answers.
I'm selecting the wrong answers also.
Yeah. And Mudassir, can you tell me the purpose of this sound icon which appears in front of every question? What does it do?
Yeah,
Can
it's actually the Microsoft Immersive Reader. The
Yes.
students who have some disabilities regarding the hearing and who have some issues with understanding the
Reading.
questions, so they can just simply click over here, and this whole text is going to be speak for them, and it's going to be a very in a proper way that
Yeah.
first of all, it gives me a little introduction that how it's this application of Microsoft Immersive Reader is going to be operate. I'm going.
So it reads the content basically, so that students who would have a problem in reading and eyesight issue, they can always click on Immersive Reader to understand the question. Can you close and go back?
Yeah, I'm closing it.
Okay. Okay.
Now I'm submitting the quiz.
Okay. Now what you're doing is, now you can see your result instantly because it's auto graded. It's 10 out of 25.
So
It even tells you what is the wrong answer.
which answer was wrong and which is the right answer, and
Yeah.
how many points has been graded for a specific question as well, and what is my total score.
Okay. Now can you please turn off your screen? I'll show you the other window.
Achha, I want to check one more thing. Yeah. So once I completed the quiz, then I don't have to turn in my assignment manually. It will be automatically submitted once I completed the quiz.
Because it is an auto-graded quiz.
Yes.
But all the quiz that you create, they will be auto-graded. They will not be, work like a normal assignment. Now I'll go back to my Teams. and I'll go to assignments. Let's see what's the status here. So if I want to give a feedback, I can still give the feedback to. There's no feedback provided because over there I was supposed to provide a feedback, but I don't want to provide a feedback. So I can see this whole thing working here. Let me see what happens in grades now. Now in grades is telling me that since there are 3 students for the geography quiz, Mr. Mudassem has got 10 points, Ms. Sidra has got 15 points. In the atom and molecule assignment, Mudassir Islam has got 22 points, Sidra has got 22 points, and by clicking these 3 dots, I can simply go and see the students' work. So this
No,
grade
in
window,
geography, in quiz, we got 10 points and Sidra got 15 points. That is for the atoms and molecules one.
Yeah, what I'm saying is by clicking on this, you can go and see the students' work. So this grade tab gives you the overall picture of all the assignments and quizzes which have been given to students, and you can instantly see who has turned in and how many students have got how many points. So it's a complete grade book which is maintained in every class. Since we created only 2 quizzes and 1 assignment and 1 quiz, that is why you can see both of these over here. Any other query till this point?
Sir, how can we see when a student has submitted the assignment?
That is something which cannot be automated. You know what is the timeline that you have assigned being a teacher, so you always have to go and check your assignment tab. This is a usual practice a teacher does. So you should know what is the due date for the assignment and you have to go every time and check it.
Okay.
Right? Okay, now we are coming on to the most important part, which is to create.
Sir, I would like to add one thing on Rahil's question. That this is a very good functionality. I wouldn't say it's feature that teacher won't get the notification of each individual assignment. For example, if I have 4 sections and each section can having like 30 students, so you can imagine I get the 120 notification every time on the MS Teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So it's better that I should check the assignments on the due date.
Yeah. Let's go. Remember I told you about this Insight tab. It tells you the activity done by all the students and teachers in that class. Let's see if there is any content over there. Now, could you see anything? It says that's a 67% digital activity, and Mr. Mudassir has done this assignment in this time frame from 2:30 till 3 p.m. and Sidra has done this. So see, this is such a detailed analysis which will be available to you. And these tabs will keep on adding content as and when you start giving assignments to all the students. And here you can even see, this is the entire activity. Communication wise, you can see it communication wise, you can see it file wise, you can see it assignment wise, and you can see the overall picture over here as well. This is so comprehensive analysis that you have available to you. You can see this analysis for all the students, and you can even see this analysis for an individual student too. See? So this is a brilliant, insight which is available to everyone. All right. Should I move to the next step?
Sure, sir.
All right. Now, the next step is a bit critical for us because that talks about how to create an online class link for this particular section in which I am in right now. If you remember, the previous practice we had for creating online class links was that we used to go to calendar and we used to go to create a new meeting, and there we used to simply write our name in the attendance list and copy that link and used to send it to all the parents in one go. This time around, it's not gonna happen this way. What you have to do is you have to go into your Teams, and at the bottom of the screen where you could see this formatting and other things, there is a button which says Meet Now. If you click on Meet Now, it opens up a screen and there's an option over there which says Schedule a Meeting. This Schedule a Meeting will actually open the same window which we used to have when we click, which used to get when we create a new class from class meeting from calendars. Now here I have to type, this is math class, right? Here now I don't have to write anything because this basically meeting is being generated for all the team members, which means इस मेरी टीम के अंदर जितने भी बच्चे हैं, जब मैं सेव करूंगा मीटिंग, इसकी नोटिफिकेशन ऑटोमेटिकली हर बच्चे को चली जाएगी as a post in their class on MS Teams. यहाँ मुझे सिर्फ सेट करना होगा कि इसकी मीटिंग का टाइम कितने बजे है, से 5 से लेके 5:30 तक. इफ ये फंक्शनैलिटी आपको पता है कि अगर ये क्लास अगले एक हफ्ते तक इतने बजे होगी तो आप इसको रिपीट भी कर सकते हैं कि ये मंडे टू फ्राइडे चलेगा, ये डेली होगा, ये वीकली होगा, ये मंथली होगा, ये ईयरली होगा, ये कस्टम होगा. ये तो आई थिंक वी हैव ऑलरेडी कम्युनिकेटेड टू टीचर्स मेनी टाइम्स. एंड then if there is any instruction you want to give, you can also give that. What you need to do is to simply, because here it says this is particularly going to who? All the students who belong to this particular class. Okay, send. So this will appear even in my account and even in my calendar as a class. Mudassir and Sidra, can you see if it's appearing at your end?
Let me check, sir.
Yes, sir, I can see that.
All right. Now this
Yes,
is the
I can
way
also
we
see
are
that.
going to create a meeting or an online class within the team so that everybody gets a notification as a student. But now I am now coming on to a tricky part, because usually what's happening in some of the schools, where we have in some of the campuses where we have got more than one or two sections of a particular class and the same teacher is teaching the same topic, some schools are combining the students of those two sections and conducting an online class for 50 students rather than conducting the same sessions in two chunks in different time of the days. Isn't it? This is what happening in some campus.
Yes, sir.
Now, in that case, let's say this is an example. I am a teacher of 60 who's also teaching 60. All right. So I want to create one link. I don't want to go into every section and create the same link again and again. I want this particular link to be copied to those students who are in 6C so that they can see what is happening. All right. So in that case, at first I have to create another class in which I will add Mr. Hussain and Mr. Masood as students. Okay. So I'm going to all teams. I'm creating another class over here. The name of the class will be 0, say 4, 5, class 60. What is 045, by the way? Who can tell me?
It's the school code.
It's a school code.
School code, yes. So in this class, I am going to add Masood and Hussain as students. Oh, why? Okay. Masood, add. I'm going to add another student who is entered. Yeah. And Hussain. And co-teacher will be again Rahil. In fact, the co-teachers for this class are Rahil, Mudassir, and Sidra. All right. I've added all three of you as teachers in it. So tell me, did you get the notification that you are part of this class now?
Yes, sir, I got that.
So it means I am a teacher of two classes and I want to add I'll click here. This is a class I created, right? Now what I'll do is I want it to be shared with whom? I want it to be shared with the students of class 6S which I've created. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to click on this three dot option, this one, and click on edit. When I click this, I have to click on format option. Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
can you see there is a button over here which says post in multiple channels?
Yep.
If I click here, so I can add that class which I've created. So when I update it, what will happen? This particular post will appear in all the three classes. And I have to click on the save button. Did it go? This, I have to click on this button, done. So now Mudassir and Hussein and Masood, can you tell me that the similar post is appearing at your end? In your post?
Yes, I can see it in my post.
And what about you, Masood?
Checking it, sir.
Okay, which means this is the step. Number one, let me clarify it again. If every school is conducting separate online classes for separate sections, so naturally they will create their classes in the relevant classes, right? But if one school, which is a campus, and they have multiple sections of one class, they want to use one class link as a center point for multiple sections to attend that class, then you have to add those classes by going into, again, where edit option, you will click on edit, you will click on this format button, and you will use the post in multiple classes channel tab. Select your channels in which you want this link to appear, and this will be updated in their classes also. Got it?
Yes, sir, I got it. I just want to repeat what I have understand with this. Can I?
Please.
So I am actually the teacher of ICT of class 4 in my
Okay.
school, and I have four sections of ICT in my school: 3T, 3C, 3S, and 3N.
Okay.
And when I post and when I start a meeting, schedule a meeting in a class, so it will be notified to one section only, class
Yes.
3T only. Then I
Yes.
have to, when I schedule that meeting, I have to come into my post feed, and from there I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to click on that post in multiple channels option, and from
Yes.
there I'm going to post the same thing in my other three sections as well,
Yes. So the
and
notification go to other students of
for
all the
other
sections.
students. And I guess it would be recommended for the schools as well to create their online classroom timetables as usual they were creating, but this time they won't be
Yes.
having any links. They will be simply following the schedule. The students will go into their classes and see the post feed and click
Yep.
on the specific class and join that classroom.
Now there is another step which you can, what happens when you post a class, because every student will be using MS Teams from their account, right? So the way we have our calendar, every student also has his calendar. So when I click on calendar, I will see this class appearing in my calendar, and I just have to click on it and say join. So I will join that particular class.
All right, sir.
Especially with regards to students, who are using the app from the cell phones. But there is a catch over here. The calendar, this meeting note is only updated in the calendar of those students which are in the originated class. Now this means, because primarily this meeting is generated in class 6T, you being the student of this class, which is Mudassir and Sidra, can see it in your calendar. But Masood and Hussein, can you see, although you can see this in your post, but is it appearing in your calendar? Just go and confirm to me.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, which means for them it's important that they have to go through this post, that they have to click on this post and they have to click on join. Okay.
So that is why I was saying that schools should keep maintaining the online classroom timetable. So the student they should.
That anyways has to be maintained, and one way of doing it is another. You remember, teachers were told to generate the links and post on Google Classroom, that this for this class, this is the link, for this class, this is the link. Okay, so you can do the same. You can create a table over here. You can type that math class link, जो आपका लिंक है, जो आप कॉपी करके पहले भेजते थे, मैथ क्लास का ये तो मैं हूं ना इस क्लास में. इस क्लास में राहील मेरा को ट्यूटर भी तो है. तो राहील अगर को ट्यूटर बन के चाहे तो उसके अंदर वो भी जब अपनी क्लास शेड्यूल करेगा, तो ये तो मैथ की क्लास का स्केड्यूल है. तो राहील जब अपने एंड पे, राहील बल्कि आई वुड सजेस्ट कि कैन यू प्लीज ऐड अ class maybe today at 6 p.m. for science in class 6T, so that I can see it as a post here.
Yes sir, let me just do that.
All right. आप लोग समझ रहे हैं मैं क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ? क्योंकि मैं तो मैथ का टीचर हूँ ना, तो मैंने तो मैथ की क्लास बनाई है, बट राहील इज अ साइंस टीचर. तो व्हेन राहील पोस्ट दिस मीटिंग इन दिस क्लास, वो यहीं पे आ जाएगी हमारे पास, क्योंकि मैं एक स्टूडेंट हूँ. बल्कि साथ से स्टूडेंट तो मुदस्सिर और वो हैं, बल्कि सिद्रा, Mudassir and Sidra, so they can see कि when Rahil being a teacher is scheduling a meeting, वो भी कैलेंडर में जा रही है, वो भी यहाँ पोस्ट में आएगी. इसके बाद सबसे क्रिटिकल पॉइंट है, मैंने जो इनफैक्ट व्हिच आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन इन अ बिट डिटेल. यू सी, अब राहील का भी आ गया. अब अगर जाके मैं देखूं मेरे कैलेंडर में, तो मेरे पास इस कैलेंडर में ये भी आ जाएगा. ये देखें, क्योंकि मैं इसी क्लास को या सो बिकॉज आई एम अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ दिस क्लास, दैट इज व्हाई आई एम गेटिंग इट. ऑलराइट. अब if you remember previously when we were not using Teams as LMS, we had given open link to the students to join in, because they used to come into the class joining in without giving their IDs. So now the one most important aspect we have to look into is the meeting configuration, which everyone has to perform. When we schedule a class, the first thing is we have to go into view meeting details. Here you have an option called meeting option. We will go here. It will open up in the browser. Now, what configuration needs to be done for every class? This has to be people in my organization. Always let caller bypass. It will be no, so that only the students who have CSN account and have email address on CSN can log in. But even by doing this, when the students are going to access the class, the teacher has to give them permission so that they can come into the class. Okay. And announce when caller join in or leave. Yes, it has to be open. Who can present? Now this is something which has to be only me, because I am a teacher. All right.
Sir,
so this configuration, sorry,
you want a student to show something to you.
Now, if you want to do that, I was coming on to it. So Say for example, only who can present? Me. So I've done this configuration. So when I go into the class, I'm done.
Sir,
I'm going back
I
to
have a
screen.
question here, please.
Ji, bole.
You said uh, who can bypass the lobby? People in my organization can bypass the lobby. But
I said no.
you got you mentioned that the student will need the permission to join the class.
The reason why we are still keeping it on a permission basis, Masood, is that, you know, there will be situation when a student who is not a defaulter may become a defaulter
Yes.
after certain days. So he will be dropped from the class. That SOP will anyways be followed in this case. So that is why we have to keep it permission based. Now, as Rahil said, that say there are two teachers for science of class 6, but they both are teaching three different sections, right? But they want to combine their effort to conduct the class. Now, in that case, they both have to be, isn't it? Because maybe they won't want to show something, or even if I want to let a student show their screen to show me something during a class. So in that case, when you are in a Microsoft Teams call, uh, let me just, you have the show participant list. Can you see this? Now here, all of you are actually what? Participants, which means when you are a participant, you can share your screen. But if I make you an attendee, you can't show me anything. So I can make an attendee a participant, and I can convert a participant into attendee anytime I want, being a
So
teacher.
you can make me attendee.
Let me make you attendee. Read this. Okay. Sir, you are now an attendee. Try to share your screen.
No, sir, the option is disabled from my end now.
See? So when I convert you again, okay. Can you try to mute everyone? Are you getting the mute all option?
No, sir. I'm not getting the mute option for
because
individual as well.
Yeah, because now I'm using CSN account, so we can have that control that nobody else who is the attendees cannot unmute anyone. That major problem is resolved. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I think it will be a big relief for the teachers.
Yes. And now all the options are available from my end as well. Screen sharing and muting all options.
Because I've converted you back as a presenter.
Yes.
So, sir, if I were to summarize this, I would say that when we say that who can present, only me, that option, when we select that, it means that everybody who will join the meeting will become an attendee, and we have the option of turning them into a presenter at will.
Yes. Yeah. That is precisely why. So, but this will only happen if the teacher is ensuring that when he or she is creating a class, he is going into these three dots and he is changing this meeting option and making sure that configuration is set to this pattern. All right. Because if it remains like this, then everyone will automatically become presenter, which is the case in our meeting right now. Because our meeting configuration right now is people in my organization. That is why you were able to share everything. Had it been only me, then you could not have shared anything unless I have converted you into a presenter from an attendee. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Pretty clear.
Yes.
Okay. So it means if there's a school situation where every teacher is taking every section separately for the online class, every class has to be created through this option, which is going to meet now and go with the scheduling option. If the same link is going to be shared with multiple sections at the same time, then the same link has to be copied in every class so that student can join into that class. All right. And remind the teachers that when the class is starting, they always get a notification in the show participants list that the participants are waiting to join in. So in the first 10 minutes, they should always keep that bit open so that they know who's waiting in the lobby. Because I have observed this in different sessions that at times teachers get so involved in the session that there are students who are sitting waiting for 15 minutes to join the class. All right.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
All right. Now, Mudassir raised a question that, sir, right, we used to copy, we used to make an online schedule and share the links with the parents on Google Drive in a Word document. That same thing can be done over here also. I mean, if there are teachers who are making the class links, right? Mudassir, you have the math link. Since you are teaching 3 different sections, you know that the link will be same for all the 3 sections. So when you are creating a timetable for your that particular section, you just have to make the same document which used to say math class 11 to 11:15. This is the link. This is the link. Now this will help the students who are in different sections, but will join the class which is meant for 60. 60 students have the option of seeing that class in a calendar. But the students who are sitting in 6C, S, and N, they won't be able to see it in a calendar. So if they have that post in their link, so they can always click that link and join the class. And for that matter, even if they click here in the post, they can simply join the class from here too. Okay? But this meeting option thing is very critical. Is it clear to everyone?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how to praise a student? Here you have an option which says praise. You have different badges which you can give to students, but the thing is, this badge can be given to 4 students, 3 students, it's up to you. Say I want to give this awesome badge to whom? To Inaya, to class 045. I can't give this to entire class. It has to be given to the relevant people. It will appear like this. When I send it, everyone in the class will see that this praise is given to these 2 students in a class. Okay, this is just a feature which I'm trying to show you. All right. Hello.
Sir.
Yes.
Got
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir. Okay, got it.
Remind the teachers that they have to record all the sessions. Now the beauty of this class is once that session is closed and the recording is closed, the recording is available in the same post section at a later stage, which means if a student has accidentally even missed out a class, he or she can see that particular video from the post section. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the protocol of how to respond in a class will remain the same. That is, student comes in, he has his mic will be muted, or now you have a control that you can mute all the students in one go. From which option it happens? You go to meetings, you go to the show participants, and here you have the option of muting all. So once you mute all, they all be muted. So they won't be able to unmute themselves when they are an attendee. Right? And they all are supposed to go in the chat window and type what? They have to type their name, say present, because now they're not supposed to write their name because they're already logged in from the Teams app with the CSN account. Mudassir, can you write something in the chat? Can you all type in this chat window, please, so that I can see, we could see names of everyone. So this is the way we can also keep a attendance track. And on the 2nd of April, we will have the option of download the attendees list in the show participant option from the 2nd of May. This will be available to us from the 2nd of May. So it's going to be a big relief for everyone. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Who can tell me this? I, being math teacher, created this class, but why is this class appearing here? It is made by Rahil.
Because Rahil is a co-teacher.
Very good. Which means if one class is belonging to 4 teachers teaching math, science, English and Urdu, so if the online classes are scheduled for this class, naturally all the 4 class links will be appearing in this particular window.
And this will be very helpful for the teachers to schedule their classes, so it won't be a clash for them.
Exactly. And the other thing is, tell the teachers that the timetable is consistent throughout the week for different subjects. So they should, when they are doing the meeting configuration, they should keep it on recurring basis, which the option which you get here saying that you have to repeat it from every weekday, or you can say weekly, you can say monthly, you can say custom. So you can select on this day, this particular day, you can do that. I'm sure this is what they're actually doing right now. The only difference is that now we have to use the class feature to create the online classes from Microsoft Teams. Okay.
All right.
Are you all with me on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The analytical data, as I said, is available to you in the Teams option of Insights. All right. I don't think I have to explain it any further.
Got it, sir.
Okay.
Got it, sir.
Another important thing. If you want to add a teacher wants to add a YouTube video as a reference, how is that going to be added? So the feature for that is you click on this plus and you type YouTube. Okay. You write YouTube. So it will ask you which link you want to open. Say there is a link you want to open, you want to write how to use MS Teams. So this search will actually happen in YouTube. I can simply click this, save. So this YouTube video will appear as a tab within my class like this. So I'm not going to move to youtube.com. It will stay in my environment. All right. I mean, I can see that video as a tutorial
A
within
part
the
of a Microsoft team.
A part of Microsoft Teams. All right. And
all right, sir.
If you want to add a website as a reference to be there all the time, so you have to click website and you will write, let's say,
Series.edu.
Oh. All right. So now what will happen? This particular website will appear within the MS Teams also. So I mean any reference link that you want to add, if it's a YouTube link, you can add as a YouTube app by giving the URL. It will not open youtube.com totally. It will only open that particular video which you want to share with students. And same goes with the website. Okay, because this is naturally what teachers do. All right, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, now I have few questions which I want to ask you guys. If I am a student of class 6T and I log in into my MS Teams, how many classes should be appearing in my Teams account? I'm repeating my question again. if I'm a student of class 6T and I'm associated with math, science, English and Urdu teacher, how many classes will I be able to
One.
see in my Teams link?
One.
One. Why?
One.
Because all 4 teachers are associated with the same class which I've created.
Yes.
Agreed?
Agree.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me one thing. Why we had added the exam coordinator's email address in every class as co-tutor?
So to check the defaulter students registration in the classrooms.
Because they will check the defaulter students access in every class. And so it means that if I am an exam coordinator, say of 50 schools and every school has 10 classes, I will be having 500 classes in my account. And the section 6T belongs to every school. So how will I be able to identify as an auditor that this 6T is of Gulshan campus?
With the school code, sir.
And where is that school code written?
In the starting of the class name.
Before this.
Yes, that is reason why it is very important that when you're creating a class, you have to enter your school code at the start of the class. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me another thing. Why we are not creating the online class from the calendar now? Why are we creating it within the class?
So because we
Because
are
we are
using
not,
the yes, Masood,
Masood?
carry on.
because one, we are using the CSR accounts, and two, we are not going to share the links externally.
Okay. So tell me this, since 4 teachers are connected to one class, so is the class teacher supposed to create online class links for all the teachers, or it has to be done independently by the relevant teacher? Sidra, can you give the answer of this?
Sorry, will you please repeat the question?
What I'm saying is that since we are creating one class and it's going to be created by the class teacher, she will assign the core teachers for that particular class to that class in MS Teams. So is she responsible for creating online class links for all the 4 teachers,
No,
or
sir.
is it going to be created by the relevant teachers
The,
of that particular class?
the relevant teachers can add their own links and they can schedule their own classes.
Okay. So when you do that, does the calendar of the child appear separately, or the same calendar has all the class links or class invitation for all 4 teachers?
Sir, all 4 classes will appear in the same calendar.
All right. All right. What is the purpose of the Insight tab? Hussain, can you tell me what is the purpose of the Insight tab?
Yes, it's used to see all the analytics and data of the class.
Okay. What is the purpose of Files tab?
The files
Sir.
is basically a repository of all files that are shared on the class. So all things that you see in the posts, attachments, and other files can also be viewed in the Files tab.
Mudassir, can you tell me where can I add or delete a student?
So from manage members,
Where is
there's an
that?
option, three dots written, 3 dots mentioned in front of the class name. From there, I can click on the manage team, and from there I can add the co-tutors as well and the students as well as per my requirement.
Okay. Okay. This after this whole activity, it means that now no student can access online classes or MS or the LMS content uploaded on Teams unless he logs in from a CSN account.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which means
Yes, sir.
now parents have to be communicated the CSN IDs of the children, and they need to be sent the tutorial of how to use the MS Teams. They all know how to join the class, but they need to be told how to access MS Teams, how to access assignment, how to upload content, how to reply to repository, and how to, uh, those things. Now tell me this, when we give worksheets to the students, they are not to be graded, right? Isn't it? When the schools are uploading the worksheets, they are not graded. They are given to the students so that they can apply it and return it back. So should those worksheets be uploaded in assignment, or should those be uploaded in the files section so that students can
Sir,
download?
in my
They'll be uploaded in
perspective,
the file section.
sir, it
Okay,
can
one
be
by one.
done in both ways as well.
Yes.
It can be
Let's see.
uploaded in the assignments as well, and it
Let's
can be
see.
uploaded in the files tab as
Yeah.
well.
Let's see if we can create an assignment without the points. Yes, we can. Which
Oh,
means
yes, we can.
it can stay as assignment, but it is not graded. वर्कशीट भी तो एक असाइनमेंट ही होता है ना, बच्चे को काम करने को दिया है. तो we will suggest teachers कि आप वर्कशीट अपलोड करने के लिए भी क्या यूज करें.
Assignments.
Assignment.
But
तो यूज करें.
what's the point of doing it, sir, if we are okay? चलो ठीक है.
देखो
Right.
असाइनमेंट में ये तो पता
So
चल जाएगा किसने रिटर्न किया, किसने रिटर्न नहीं किया.
exactly.
Okay, but
So we have a
ये तो पता
monitoring.
चल जाएगा ना. और प्लस इसमें आसानी ये मिलेगी कि दे कैन ओपन इट ऑन द वेब, जो अभी वो गूगल क्लासरूम में नहीं कर पा रहे.
all right.
ठीक है.
ठीक.
ओके. एक और चीज मैं आप लोगों को बताना चाह रहा हूँ. मैंने आप लोगों को क्लास नोटबुक का नहीं बताया था. इस वक्त टीचर्स जब ऑनलाइन क्लास डेमो करते हैं तो दे ट्राई टू यूज द व्हाइट बोर्ड ऐप. आई विल शो यू समथिंग हियर. ये सब आप रेफरेंस के लिए इनको बता सकते हैं. क्लास नोटबुक एक क्लास नोटबुक है जिसके अंदर आप एक पूरी नोटबुक बना सकते हैं जिसमें हैंडआउट का सेक्शन होता है, नोट्स का सेक्शन होता है, होमवर्क का, क्विज का सेक्शन होता है, जैसे मैं क्रिएट कर रहा हूं. ठीक है. ये क्लास नोटबुक बेसिकली एक तरह की वन नोट है, वन नोट एप्लीकेशन है. राइट नाउ हम इसको इस पे बहुत ज्यादा नहीं पढ़ा सकते, लेकिन इसमें कुछ ऐसे फंक्शंस हैं मैथ के स्पेशली विच कुड बी वेरी हैंडी फॉर द टीचर्स, स्पेशली मैथ टीचर्स. ठीक है. इट्स जस्ट लोडिंग अप. मैं अभी आपको दिखाता हूं. ये देखें, पूरी नोटबुक बन गई. इससे मैं ड्राइंग कर सकता हूं, इसको मैं ब्राउजर में ओपन कर सकता हूं, मैं इसमें डिक्टेट का फीचर चला सकता हूं, और मैं क्या कर सकता हूं मैं आपको भी दिखाता हूं. इसमें इंसर्ट में एक ऑप्शन है मैथ. ये देख रहे हैं आप. जब मैं मैथ पे क्लिक करता हूं ना तो ये मैथ का इंटरफेस ओपन कर देता है. वो यहाँ कह रहा है कि तुम सिर्फ यहाँ लिखो, लेट से मैं लिखना चाहता हूँ a स्क्वायर प्लस b स्क्वायर, लेकिन ये तो लिखा हुआ कैसे a प्लस b. जैसे ही मैं इसको सिलेक्ट करके मैथ का बटन दबाऊंगा तो पता है क्या होगा, ये इक्वेशन फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो गया. देख रहे हैं आप, कैन यू सी दिस. इसने इसको कन्वर्ट कर दिया, और मैं इसको यहां से डेरिवेट को मूव करके कुछ भी लिखूं a स्क्वायर प्लस b स्क्वायर, a क्यूब प्लस b क्यूब. ये वैसे नजर नहीं आ रहा ना अभी, लेकिन जैसे ही मैं इसको सिलेक्ट करके मैथ पे क्लिक करूंगा तो ये इसको कन्वर्ट कर देगा किसके अंदर, इक्वेशन के अंदर. प्लस इसमें एक बड़ा और जबरदस्त फीचर है, मैं आपको दिखाता हूं, जो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड के अंदर भी दिया हुआ है इन्होंने. वर्ड में जो क्या करता है कि आप होम पे जाएं, यहां पे मैंने डिक्टेट का बटन दबाया, हेलो 1 2 3, तो मैं जो बोलता जाऊंगा ना, हेलो 1 2 3 दिस इज सिटी स्कूल. देख रहे हैं आप क्या हो रहा है. इट इज ऑटोमेटिकली राइटिंग अ स्क्रिप्ट विच आई एम कम्युनिकेटिंग. है ना जबरदस्त टूल. हेलो.
Yes, sir. It's very convenient for the teachers to create a content. Instead of writing, they can just simply speak up, and the things will be converted. In fact, what I am saying, it's also been written over there.
हाँ वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, बिकॉज जो स्पीकर में आ रहा है वो भी उठ के आ रहा है यहाँ पे.
And this way, the teachers can work in a collaborative way as well.
जी बिल्कुल, नोट्स बनाने के लिए, चीजें करने के लिए. एंड मजे की बात बताऊं आपको, इस डिक्टेट में एक ऑप्शन और भी है, ये देखा आपने, द
Urdu.
लैंग्वेज वर्ड। उर्दू नहीं है भाई।
Whatever I'm going to say is going to be written in the following languages as well.
यस,
Could you select Germany, Dutch language?
हेलो, हाउ आर यू, ओह पहले मुझे चलाना पड़ेगा। हेलो, हाउ आर यू, नहीं वो जब तक मैं जर्मन एक्सेंट नहीं बोलूंगा जर्मन में कन्वर्ट नहीं करेगा, ऑटोमेटिक ट्रांसलेशन नहीं है भाई।
All right, all right.
ओके
So
एनीवेज,
sir, हुआ sir.
Wow,
So
wow.
what if I write? What if I say if I speak German, so it's going to convert it in English as well?
मैं बताता हूँ, danke schön, इसको थैंक यू को कहते हैं।
Danke. Yes.
हाँ,
So ich bin Mudassir.
It will write what's been uh, huh?
एनीवेज,
That's nice.
चलो।
That's
So
nice.
what I'm trying, मैं सिर्फ आपको ये दिखा रहा हूँ कि ये टूल है जिसमें टीचर मैथ को प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं और इसमें और चीजें भी हैं, इसमें सिंबल्स भी हैं, ये देख रहे हो, इसमें पिक्चर भी ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप, तो ये पूरी नोटबुक है आपकी तरह से, और जो यहाँ पे सेव रहती है, इट रिमेन सेव्स हियर। ये देखो राहिल लिख रहा है, देखो यहाँ पे सेव हो रहा है हाथ के हाथ, कैन यू सी इट?
Yes, sir.
सो ये भी, और ये नोटबुक अब मैं इसको बंद कर देता हूँ, ठीक है, अब मैं दोबारा खोलूंगा तो ये वहीं से स्टार्ट होगी जहां मैं इसको छोड़ के गया था,
Auto save option.
ऑटो सेव हो रहा है, ये देखो, so you can have your notes over here as well, all right?
Acha, one more thing, that I am being a student, I can't write into it. Only the
Yes,
teachers
it's only for,
actually,
it's for
teacher and the
teachers.
co-teacher can write.
Yes,
That's
इसलिए
also
कि
great.
टीचर्स के नोट्स के लिए है, all right?
All right.
अच्छा,
That's great.
मैं एक चीज आपको बता दूं जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, वी हैव, जो पेरेंट्स को ईमेल जाएगी ना, उसमें ये लिखा होगा कि जाहिर बात है बच्चे को जब ईमेल एड्रेस दे रहे हैं आप तो उसका ईमेल अकाउंट भी एक्सेसिबल होगा, और जब पहली नोटिफिकेशन जाती है वो जाती ही ईमेल एड्रेस के ऊपर है, सो दे हैव टू क्लिक ज्वाइन क्लास, ओके। पेरेंट डायरेक्ट टीम्स पे नहीं जा सकते, तो उनको ये बताना पड़ेगा कि आप आउटलुक पे जाके पहले क्लास को एक्सेप्ट करेंगे और आप अपने बच्चे का पासवर्ड चेंज करेंगे, ऑलराइट? इसका पूरा एक स्क्रिप्ट है, जैसे पहले हमने जो एक पेरेंट को लेटर भेजा था उस तरह से ही भेजेंगे। तो अगर मुझे एक बच्चे को, डिफॉल्टर बच्चे को ऐड करना है, हटाना है क्लास से, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? आई विल गो टू मैनेज, आई विल गो एंड सिलेक्ट दैट चाइल्ड एंड आई विल सिंपली से रॉन्ग, एक्स मार्क में प्रेस कर दूंगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली वहां से डिलीट हो जाएगा, ओके? ये क्लियर है ना सबको?
Yes, sir.
ओके, नाउ नेचुरली पेरेंट्स हैव टू बी सेंड दैट ट्यूटोरियल आल्सो कि उन्होंने काम कैसे करना है, वो हम उनको बना के सेंड करेंगे। यहाँ पे सेटिंग्स में एक अपना भी एनालिटिक्स होता है जो टीम्स का होता है। अच्छा, ये एनालिटिक्स जो है ना, ये एनालिटिक्स से यूजर्स दिखाता है, ज्यादा काम नहीं दिखाता, लेकिन असल एनालिटिक्स कहाँ पे नजर आ रहा है हमें? इन साइट्स में, जिसको हम यूज करेंगे, ऑलराइट?
All right, sir.
इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीवन?
Yes, sir.
एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस दैट यू हैव?
No.
सिद्रा, हुसैन, एनीवन?
No questions.
Okay.
No, sir.
So you have to conduct the same training in the same way as I did by creating 2 different classes. आप अपने टीचर्स को 2 different classes में कर दें। I would suggest कि जब आप टीचर का सेशन करेंगे ना, आप 2 क्लासें बनाएं और जो उसमें पार्टिसिपेंट हैं आधे एक में कर दें, आधे एक में कर दें एज अ स्टूडेंट, so that when you have to show this online class thing, जो ऑनलाइन क्लास क्रिएट करने वाला काम है ना, वो उनको उस तरह सही से समझ में आएगा, वरना नहीं आएगा, okay? And this video can be sent to them as a reference point to understand
tutorial.
various skills, the tutorial, all right? So thank you very much everyone. I'm just going to stop the recording, and good luck for your sessions.